We take a look at the MHS Holiday Concert. The ice hockey team's newest coach is a familiar face. We preview their winter season. We offer tips to seniors to make planning for college less stressful. All that and more on MET News. Hi and welcome to MET News. I'm Colin Roque and let's get right into the lead. On Tuesday, December 13th, Middleborough High School's music department held their annual holiday concert, featuring performances from orchestra, band, and concert choir. Let's take a look at some shots from the event. Coming up is my MET, but first, here's Jake Colahiro with MET Sports.
Congratulations to Middleborough High School's quarterback Jacob Briggs, who is the first person from MHS to receive the Otto Graham Football Achievement Award since 1983. The award reception was held on December 15th at Greater New Bedford Voc Tech. Jacob led the Sachems to a South Shore League title and was named the league's most valuable player. He was one of 17 nominees from Massachusetts to capture the prestigious award. Congratulations, Jacob. Varsity girls basketball has started their winter season 2-2. They earned their second win in dominant fashion on Friday, December 16th, defeating Randolph 54-15. Sophomore Jessica Perry led the team in scoring with 14 points. Here's more from the game. On Wednesday, December 14th at 5 p.m., Middleborough girls basketball went against Dartmouth, losing 37-61. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the game. The varsity boys basketball has been looking for their first win of the season under new head coach Mr. Posey. The team lost a tough game to New Bedford on Friday, December 8th. Let's take a look at some highlights. The JV boys basketball team faced off against New Bedford in their first game of the season on December 8th. It was a hard-fought battle. The JV boys team scored 54 points and got the win. Freshman boys played their first high school basketball game against New Bedford on December 8th. They fought the entirety of the game and scored 52 points, defeating New Bedford by 7. Let's take a look at the highlights. Last year, Middleborough math teacher Mr. Chamberlain was hired to be the new hockey coach. Let's take a look at some of the players' views on the changes in the upcoming season, along with the preparations they are making.
Today we interviewed some of the star athletes of the Middleborough hockey team and see what their season predictions were. We also got the chance to talk to Mr. Chamberlain, the new head coach of the ice hockey team, and see how he's preparing for the upcoming season.
So how many years have I coached hockey? I've been coaching for the Middleborough High School varsity ice hockey team for the last 11 seasons, and this is my first year as the varsity head coach.
You know, Mr. Chamberlain, I known him all 4 years I've been here playing hockey. He was the assistant coach with Mr. Drevich. Mr. Chamberlain, he's a great guy. He's a great coach. He was really a good hockey player, and he really knows what he's talking about when it comes to hockey.
So we've had 7 practices so far, and we had our first scrimmage this past Wednesday, and so far the players are competing hard each and every day at practice. We've also had about 3 or 4 sessions in the weight room. We've had a couple classroom sessions to go over in-game strategy, and the first scrimmage was a very good start, and we have a practice today, and we're looking forward to our second scrimmage this Saturday against Middleborough. And we'll continue to hit it hard until we open up with our first regular season game next Wednesday. But so far, so good, and everyone's competing and having fun.
My thoughts on the new practice schedule, I'm a big fan because we practice almost every day, and the days that we're not practicing, we're usually in the school doing like lifting or talking strategy with the coach in the classroom, so it's pretty good.
So the question, how has being a player at Middleborough High School affected the way I coach here? So my parents are heavily involved in implementing Middleborough ice hockey and creating it back when I was in elementary school. So I've kind of grown up through the entire program, and I have a unique way, I guess, of relating to the players that come through the program because I also played, Middleborough High School hockey, and I saw it from middle school days all the way through the high school days. So I'm passionate about it. I want the program to be successful, and I want it to help motivate students through high school the way that it helped me, because academics isn't really the full motivation for all students. It's very important, but some of them are additionally motivated with athletics.
I think Mr. Chamberlain's done very well at including the Carver Wareham kids in everything that we do, since they're new to the game and to the team, and we're trying to bond as a brand new team with a new co-op, so I think he's done a good job at getting us all together.
Now that we have Wareham and Carver kids on the team, after losing so many seniors last year, it's nice that we could have a full roster so we can get a good season going.
The team has definitely changed because freshman year, I would say we were definitely, more team full of seniors, full of upperclassmen. But now that they're gone, we're definitely just a team full of young bucks, full of freshmen and sophomores.
The most important thing hockey has taught me through the years is probably the life skills that tie into just everyday life about how to overcome adversity, how to persevere through challenges. As simple as when you get knocked down, you get back up. And teamwork, team chemistry, It really is, it's the fastest sport on ice, obviously, the only sport on ice for the most part. But it really goes a long way to like the character traits. And I think that, so far the team started off great and the camaraderie is very good and the team chemistry is high. So
Now that I'm an upperclassman, I feel like I have to help lead the team and get us to be on the same page for games.
I think being named the captain definitely changes your mindset to being a normal player, because when you're just a normal player, you're on the team and the captain, he's the one you're looking up to. He's the one you're asking all the question, He's the one leading the team. So when you are the captain and you got that many people, looking up to you, under you, all the freshmen, sophomores, and the underclassmen, it's really just a big role and you kind of got to step up to it.
My hopes for me is to at least be a point per game, every game. So I'd like to score a lot, get a lot of assists, just be a team player.
Personally, I'm looking forward to the Taunton game. I feel like that'll be a good game, and I know a bunch of the kids on the other team, so hopefully it gets pretty fun.
Well, there you have it. That's the Hockey Boys' take on the season. Make sure to check out some games. They'll be hosting them all throughout the month. This has been Ryan Delante with MET News.
Middleborough Wrestling traveled to Marlborough for a tournament on December 17th, finishing 11th overall. Matt Patterson finishing in 3rd at 126 pounds, Grant Davis with 6th at 132 pounds, and Cullen Holmes placing 4th at 152 pounds. Here are some of the highlights from the meet. That's it for MET Sports. Here's Colin with my MET.
Congratulations to MHS junior Kaylee Almeida, who placed 2nd in the Massachusetts Educational Theater Guild contest for her costume design in the STW play She Kills Monsters. Kaylee was a costume designer for She Kills Monsters, placing among 25 other contestants. Kaylee is grateful for the opportunity and would like to thank Mr. Musher and Miss Bradley for helping her get this far. Congratulations, Kaylee. On December 14th, MHS fire science students learned all about vehicle extrication using the jaws of life. Despite the cold conditions, the students did an excellent job. Here's more from fire science. College is probably one of the most important parts of everyone's life. I decided to interview our almost graduated students on what they plan on doing for college.
From being involved in school, writing essays, and getting good grades, to getting letters of recommendation, getting into college is certainly a challenge. I've interviewed a few seniors on what they plan on doing after MHS. Let's see what they had to say.
So my plans for after high school is to attend Bridgewater State University for communications and film.
I planned on attending a four-year college. I'm thinking of maybe something in the computer science field, but not really sure exactly what yet.
I'm super undecided on what I want to do after I graduate. I did apply to a few colleges and got accepted to one of the colleges I want to go to, but I might do an electrician program and work in the trades.
In January, we have a three-part series that we start with our juniors to start preparing them for college. It's a very long and encompassing process, so rather than try to cram it all in one shot where it's going to be information overload, we start in January. We do a follow-up presentation in April, and then the third presentation is in September.
Some things that I think are going to be challenging for going into college would definitely be the classes. They're obviously going to be a lot harder because it's like college level classes.
I think the main thing that'll be challenging about going to college is transferring over to that mindset of living on my own and having to like actually experience life full hand instead of having my parents to back me up.
Probably the most challenging thing will be leaving my friends here and then starting college and or getting a job.
Well, it's going to be a semi-independent living situation for seniors. Mom and dad aren't going to be there for you. You're going to have to start making some decisions on your own. It's community living if you're living on campus, so you got to learn to live with a whole group of people. It could be anywhere from 40 to 60 people on a floor. It could be a little louder than your home is at night. You're going to have to seek out help from professors rather than having a parent make a phone call if you're struggling in a class. So it is really a great opportunity to be able to start to that independent living, but with structured supports in place still.
One of the most stressful things about applying to college would definitely be VSA because you got to think of a topic that like is about yourself and how you want to show yourself off to colleges. So yeah, it'll definitely be VSA.
The most stressful thing about applying to schools is that you are never 100% on applying to a school. There are some people who really want to go to a specific school because they heard about it their whole life, but 9 times out of 10, especially from experience with me, every college that I've looked to, I've always thought, is this really the right school, and kind of just second-guess myself.
I wouldn't say applying is stressful. The only stressful thing is if you push it off until last minute.
Well, really, this should be an ongoing process that really goes back to middle school. Start thinking about different careers that you might be interested in. What are your likes and your dislikes? Do you see yourself as an outdoor person, an indoor person sitting behind a desk? Maybe even start by talking to your parents and asking, what do you do for work? Explain that to me. How do you like it? What don't you like about it? And then when you start coming up to college, our department here, the school counseling department, does a lot of work with sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and as far as career planning, and then we transition that into college planning.
One of the most exciting things about applying to schools would definitely be finding out which schools you're getting into and picking which school you're going to go to, because it's like that's where you're going to spend the next 4 years of your life and where you're going to get your degree.
The most exciting thing about applying to schools is that it kind of gives you that thought process of life's moving forward, and it's like, okay, now we're actually going to college. Like just saying that word out loud just kind of, is kind of big in your head and kind of just makes you think, wow, I'm kind of adulting now.
The most exciting thing about applying to college is finding out when you get accepted and then knowing you're going to get to make new friends and meet new people.
Start early. Communicate with your school counselor. It's never too early to start. It's not a hard process, but it is a very long and detailed process, and you do not want to wait until you come back as a senior to begin it, because there's just no way you can do a thorough and complete job without missing steps along the way. And it's an expensive proposition too. You don't want to end up going to a place that turns out not to be the right fit for you, and having put out a lot of money in the process and ending up having to transfer to a different school after.
One thing I'm going to miss the most about MHS would definitely be the lacrosse team and a TV production studio, as TV Pro has been one of the classes I've taken for the past 2 years. So
The thing I'll miss most about MHS is the people, the teachers, the atmosphere. There's a whole list of things that can go down, but I think one that will stand out the most to me is just the people I've met through the school are amazing, and I think I'll miss them the most.
I think I'll probably miss my friends and the people here just because they've made such an impact on me.
You can see our school counseling office here. We're really lucky in this new building to have a really nice setup. We have a career center, which is right behind my shoulder here, with a part-time staff person in it to help with school-to-career activities in addition to the guidance staff that will help you one-on-one with just planning appropriately here at your schedule here at the high school, in preparing you to put you in the best situation when you go off to college.
Don't take everything for granted and just enjoy the time that you have in this school while you can.
If you're looking to get into college and don't know how to do that, then please come to college planning night whenever the next one arrives. This has been Colin Roque for MET News.
What makes someone a leader? What drives leaders to innovate new ideas for the community and make a positive impact on all those around them? Today we dive deep into this concept and try to root out a concrete answer of what makes a leader.
What does it take to become a leader? And how do leaders drive change in the world? Today we talk to members of the MHS class boards and student council to see if we can answer the question for ourselves. What can we do to have more of an impact in today's community? The members had this to say about the opportunities they were given.
Being on the class board, I have the opportunities to contribute ideas there at our class board meetings for just general events that we'll be hosting for the class specifically. Also being furthermore a member of student council, I have the ability to voice my ideas at the general student council meetings. And along with that, any specialized events that we do, such as our junior prom, I also have a seat on the prom committee, so I have a seat there that I could voice any ideas I have there.
As member at large, I feel as though I have many opportunities to share my ideas through executive board and class board, which are the boards for just our class and the whole school, and then just on the general council as well.
As student council president, I think all the different opportunities that I took advantage of myself is what gave me the position. I didn't just end up here. I had these opportunities presented to me by Mr. Brannigan and Mr. Dyer and all of these different leaders of the school that allowed me to kind of explore the opportunities that I have as student council president.
To be a great leader, I think that it takes a lot of openness to be able to listen to other people's ideas and be able to share them out and put them on a different kind of platform.
I think one attribute that every good leader has is the ability to know when to step up and take action and when to take a step back and let someone else lead. I feel that there's many instances in leadership where things aren't getting done because everyone has their own ideas and they're all doing something, but there's no definitive leader. And a good leader has the ability to take initiative in that moment and lead the group to completion. But also every good leader knows that they don't know everything, and there are some times when they have to step back and let someone who is more knowledgeable in that field take action and lead the group so that there could be a more successful completion at the end.
So the qualities of leaders that are the most notable to me is just bravery. You don't really have to have any specific organizational or communication skills to begin, but I think being brave and putting yourself out there is what makes you have the capabilities to build those skills up and become a great leader.
I think that leadership is important because it gives you the opportunity to share not just your ideas, but the ideas of your whole school. So being a representative, you can take what people have told you and bring it to the ability to be able to share that with the whole school.
I'm a strong believer that leadership is what makes the world go round. And without people stepping forward and saying, hey, we should try this instead, then we wouldn't have any function, we wouldn't have technology, we wouldn't have these new ideas in our world. So I think having leaders is what really presents those new ideas to the world.
I think leadership is important because there's many opportunities in everyone's life that they'll be needing leadership, whether it's at work, in higher education, in just general life. There's always going to be an aspect to some extent that's going to need someone to step up, organize something, and take charge. It may not be super professional, may not be really important, but it's just something that if you don't have someone who's really calling the shots and organizing the whole thing, it just won't get done.
I think another thing to note about leadership is the qualities of collaboration, and I wouldn't be able to be in this position right now if it wasn't for my ability to kind of work with the people around me and be a people person and put myself out there even when I wasn't 100% comfortable with it. So even if you aren't comfortable with leadership right now, putting yourself out there will get you in the position that'll set you up for success.
Looking back, we now know that a leader is made from a student with a strong sense of perseverance, respect for others, and a love for what they do, and that anyone can be a leader who puts their mind to it. This is Kevin Helene from MET News. Stay strong, Middleborough.
Middleborough High School is a great place to learn. Sammy Gentapanan wanted to know what makes MHS so special. Here's what he found out.
There are many aspects that make MHS so special to so many, and today we're going to find out what makes it so special.
I think the thing I love the most about MHS is the sense of community that we have here in the building, how there's lots of people from lots of different backgrounds and experiences and things that they're interested in doing. But I love that for the most part, everyone just sort of accepts that about each other and gets along and enjoys being together. So that's my favorite part.
What makes MHS so special is the spirit. The spirit of MHS, it's one of a kind. I mean, there's pep rallies throughout the years, such as the Thanksgiving pep rally, the Welcome Back pep rally, and the school spirit. There's a bunch of spirit weeks, and I think that's just what makes MHS so special compared to like any other school.
I think that MHS is so special to me as a student because unlike in the movies or at other high schools, there aren't any cliques. I feel like for the most part, everybody's welcome in our school, and there's so many opportunities, and the community itself is just so loving and welcoming, and I think it's one of the best places to go to high school, and I'm really happy that I'm here.
Absolutely. That's one of the highlights of the day is getting to work individually with students or as a group and to see them succeed and to learn new things. It's definitely one of the best parts of the job. I definitely enjoy going out to all the musical events, of course, but I enjoy the concerts, with seeing the band and the choir perform, and all the musical theater events are always a highlight of the year. And going to sporting events like football games and basketball games, it's always fun to see your students in a different element outside of the classroom. We have such a sense of community here that people really view this place as a home. We all, despite our differences, just come together, and there's a real sense of community here, and I think that's different than in a lot of other school districts.
For like the big events and all that, I'd probably say like there's many big events out there. There's like graduation's one of them, and I feel like MHS graduation is like a big thing, especially for the seniors. Another thing would be like the sports festival. Another thing would be like the student council meetings. MHS student council is another thing that makes MHS unique.
I think that our athletics program throughout the summer, winter, spring, and fall are all really great.
I feel like every teacher, every student makes a collaborated effort into making MHS special.
I'm kind of a nerd, but I kind of like all my classes. But I think that the APs offered here, there's so many of them for so many different interests that I think make high school special. And there's a lot of theater programs. I don't personally take them, but I know it helps a lot of people, realize their full potentials. One of my favorite classes is probably AP Chemistry.
In order for a student to feel the fullest experience at MHS, I suggest that they go to school every day, positive mind, positive attitude, make sure they're well rested, make sure they're studying in all the classes, staying on top of everything, and trying to make friends. Like, do the student council, join a sport, and make the best out of your high school 4 years.
I would say that MHS has just so many opportunities, so even if you're just vaguely interested in doing something, you should just go out and try it. You'll meet new people, make new friends, and have new experiences, and it's really a great time.
This is what makes MHS so special to some of its students and teachers. This has been Sandwich and Deponin for MET News.
Do you know what galaxy we're in? Well, Gary Burgess went around lunches pop quizzing students and seeing if they knew the right answer. Stick around and see how long it took these students to answer and how many they got right in 30 seconds.
Hi, today I'm here with MET News, and today we're seeing how long it takes these students to answer these 8 common sense questions. All right, who am I here with?
Dylan Covell.
All right, so you got 30 seconds to answer 8 questions. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, what's 77 plus 33?
Hold on, bro. That's 110.
What galaxy are we in?
Earth. That's a galaxy.
How many continents are there?
7.
How many dimes make a dollar?
Dimes make a dollar. Dimes are what, 10 cents? So 10.
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
How many letters are there in the alphabet?
26.
How many states are there in the United States?
50.
Now last, can you name 5 planets?
Mars, Jupiter, Earth, Moon, Sun.
All right, who am I here with?
Amelia.
All right, so you have 30 seconds to answer 8 questions.
Okay.
It's just common sense questions. All right, are you ready?
No, probably not.
What's 77 plus 33?
Is it 100?
No. What galaxy are we in?
What? The Milky Way.
Can you name 5 planets?
5 what?
Planets.
Wait, does this
5 planets.
help me out, Joss? Jupiter, Earth, Mars, Venus, and Saturn.
How many continents are there?
7.
How many dimes make up a dollar?
What?
How many dimes make up a dollar?
10.
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
How many letters are there in the alphabet?
26.
How many states in the U.S.?
50.
All right, who am I here with?
Brian Moreau.
All right, so you have 30 seconds to answer 8 questions. You ready?
Yep.
All right, what's 77 plus 33?
110.
What galaxy are we in?
Milky Way.
Can you name 5 planets?
Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, and Earth.
How many continents are there?
Was there 8?
7. How many dimes make a dollar?
How many dimes make a dollar? 100 dimes.
Who was the first president of the United States?
That's George Washington, bro.
How many letters are there in the alphabet?
24. I don't know this stuff.
Okay, all right. How many states are there in the United States?
There was like 51.
Correct. All right, who am I here with?
Allie Mitchell.
All right, so you have 30 seconds to answer 8 questions. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, what's 77 plus 33?
100.
What galaxy are we in?
Space.
Can you name 5 planets?
Venus, Saturn, Earth. No, I can't.
All right, how many continents are there?
7.
All right, how many dimes make up a dollar?
10.
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
How many letters are there in the alphabet?
26.
And how many states are there in the U.S.?
50.
All right, who am I here with?
Jackson Davenport.
All right, so you have 30 seconds to answer 8 questions.
Got you.
Starting with, what's 77 plus 33?
110.
What galaxy are we in?
The Milky Way?
Nah, you're right. Name 5 planets.
5 planets. Jupiter, Mars, Earth, Venus, Saturn.
How many dimes make up a dollar?
How many dimes? 10 dimes, right?
All right. Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
How many letters are there in the alphabet?
26.
How many states are there in the U.S.?
50.
All right, who am I here with?
Taylor.
All right, so you have 30 seconds to answer 8 questions. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, what's 77 plus 33?
I don't know.
You have 30 seconds.
I feel really under.
What galaxy are we in?
The United States.
Can you name 5 planets?
Saturn, Jupiter, Earth, the Sun. The moon.
The sun is a star.
Oh.
How many continents are there?
13.
How many dimes make up a dollar?
10.
Thank you for watching. This has been MET News. I'm Gary Burgess. Have a great day. Shout out to Jackson Davenport for getting the most questions right in the least amount of time.
The holiday season is here. Jake Jordan and Connor Bateman got us in the Christmas spirit, interviewing students and staff about what they are looking forward to most and what they hope to get in their Christmas stocking this year.
Hello, and welcome to Middleborough High School. It is almost Christmas time. You can tell. The snow is on the ground. The students are safe and sound. There's freshness in the air. Do not despair. Jolly St. Nick will soon be there. Today, me and Connor Bateman will be going around figuring out what people's plans are for Christmas in the holidays. Thank you.
I'm going to be spending Christmas with my family, my 2 cats, my little brother, my sister, my mom, and my dad.
Christmas Day, I will be spending it with my great-grandmother. Me and Nanny will spend the day watching Hallmark films, and I will be interviewing her for a film class that I have, and I'll be asking her about her life.
Family means a lot to me during Christmas time. I love my family.
Family is a big important thing to my year-round, so Christmas, it's just all together. It's a good time to see the whole family.
Spending Christmas morning with my 6 children and my wife.
For Christmas, I probably want it's gonna sound childish, but I want an RC car, you know? Like one of those like big remote control cars. They go pretty fast and they're pretty fun to mess around with.
Yeah, I want a PS5 for Christmas, because I don't got one yet.
I will be getting Nanny a portrait of a cardinal made out of gems for her. She's blind, so she can't really see, so she can feel the portrait. And then I put up a Christmas tree for her, even though she said she didn't want one this year.
New pair of shoes. New pair of shoes would be nice.
I want him to give me the brand new Xbox, and I want him to give me some games with it. I'm gonna leave him some cookies to make sure he gets everything on my list.
Me and Nanny will be making banana bread for Santa this year, but me and Santa will definitely be sharing. Banana bread is so good.
Say for cookies that I bake Santa, I usually do sugar cookies, throw in a little bit of frosting, some sprinkles on top, and then I'll throw in a carrot for the reindeer, you know.
All for joining us today on this great journey we've had on Santa's sleigh through Middleborough High School. Today, we figure out what people want for Christmas from Santa, and we have also come to the realization how important that family is during the holidays and Christmas time, and just having that person to look out for you and care for you.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of MET News. We leave you tonight with more from the holiday concert. I'm Colin Roque, and happy holidays.